will be the intro video.
We're live.
Yay!
Hi, Tiffany.
Hey, Bridget.
Hey, everyone. And thank you for joining me and Tiffany on this time where Tiffany coaches me on my dreams. So, just introducing myself, my name is Bridget. Everybody calls me Bree. And this is my wonderful friend and dream coach to me, Tiffany. So,
That makes me chuckle every time you say it. Hello,
what's that?
everyone. That is my dream coach.
You are my dream coach. You
Yeah.
coach me in my dreams.
Maybe I'll get used to it one day.
Dream coach.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, with you, it's more than just my dreams, because it's the way I see it is you're coaching me in my dreams, but actually, in my real life dreams, those dreams are helping me to take steps. So you're actually coaching me to help me in real life to take steps.
That's fun.
Through
It's fun.
dreams.
Who knew dreams could be so impactful?
Oh my God, I didn't. So I'm so glad. I'm so glad I have you. So,
Me too.
did you want to introduce yourself or say anything?
Yeah, well, just go back and watch our video from last week. We did
Mm.
a deep dive into our process. I'm not going to go through it here. You can always go back and watch it. Those videos are short, just 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But we are asking God questions.
Yeah.
That's really just the gist of it. We're asking God questions, and specifically the God of Jesus.
Yes.
So we are asking. You may hear us say, "Oh, Holy Spirit, what are you thinking? Jesus, what are you?" They're all the same person, right? It's just kind of who we're addressing. But yeah, so we're just asking good questions and getting to know Bridget a little better. It's a vulnerable thing when you put your dreams out here like this, because you really are kind of bearing your soul to the world. It's really what it is. So thank you for doing that. It's a brave thing that you're doing, and I hope it helps people. I'm sure it will.
Yeah, and for me, it's just I hope somebody realizes that God's not limited in how He talks to us. He's communicating with us all the time. So it's just finding the way and tuning in to the way that He connects with you. So
Yeah.
or communicates with you.
And
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go on.
Well, just as a disclaimer, like you'll hear us talk about the different components of Bridget's dream, but those I'll be asking her specific questions about how she feels about, is she in relationship with this person currently, like what the scenarios are, because that really helps to identify how that person is showing up in the dream for her, what they're representing, or what the thing is representing, whether it be a train, a tree, a bus,
Yeah.
But so you can kind of take those questions and apply them to your dream. And maybe there are some things that are just kind of similar, like vehicles tend to be family units, or ministries, or like places you're going kind of thing. So, but really the fun part is just asking God, hey, what does this mean for me? And searching your internal experiences, because God's using those. He knows everything you've been through. He knows who you've encountered, how they've interacted with you in your life. He knows how you feel about dogs, cats, fish, birds. Like He knows all those things and how you relate to them, and He uses them to reveal the things of your heart that He is inviting you to, and to reveal the things that are on His heart in a way that you can understand and that are relevant to you. So yeah. That's what we're
Thank
doing.
you for that tip. Absolutely. And just another disclaimer, we're not here to dictate or prescribe that this is how it is for everyone.
Right.
Our relationship with God is very individual and very personal. So is that communication. So please, I reiterate what Tiffany said. Check everything else, everything that we say. Go and confirm with the Holy Spirit for yourself, and check how it applies to you individually for yourself with the Holy Spirit and with God. So yeah, it's about your individual relationship. So that's something that you have to consult God about.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. On that note, we'll go straight on to the dream. So
All right,
I
let's
had a
go.
dream. Yeah. So I had a dream not so long ago, last week I think. And I only remember this part about it. So I'm in a house and it's me and someone I love. And we are in this house and I can sense and even notice that there's someone who's entered the house and this person is wearing black. And I'm
Okay.
aware, I'm just sensitive, I'm aware that they've entered the house and I know it's a thief. I just feel that this it's a person. I can tell that it's a person, it's a thief, and they're because I can tell like they're sneaky, they're like behind the door,
Mm.
but I can tell that they're there. And somehow I take this beloved person of mine and we leave the house. I don't know for what reason. We leave the house. So we go on one side of the house. I was on one side and this beloved person was on the other side of the house, but this person who went in the middle and they were
Mm.
wearing black.
Mm.
And then when we leave the house, I'm on the side that my beloved was on, and we walk away. You know, I can see it's almost like it's like there's it's in between is where things are happening, and we are on either side of this like building. That's the house.
So so even though you flipped sides, you're still split up.
No, we're together. I
Oh, okay.
join her on this side,
Okay, okay.
but I can tell that this is a house and it's like long, and
Mhm.
we are walking like along this long house. Uh,
So are you
night.
in like a hallway or are you in a
No,
room?
we're outside. So we're outside,
Oh,
but I can see that this is the house.
understood. Okay, so you
So the
left
house is in between us, basically. Let's put it that way. But then
and
I come
then
to the her side of the house.
in the beginning of the dream, were you inside?
We were we were almost like by the door, so I could see what's going on inside, and she was also seeing what was going. So I could see the thief inside, but not fully inside.
Mm,
So I
okay,
because I could also tell that I could see the outside, like I was there in the outside.
right. So
Yeah.
you weren't like in a living room or in a
No,
bathroom or okay.
no.
Okay.
So like by the door, because I could experience both. I was inside and outside, so but just by
Okay.
the door.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah.
And so then you were with your loved one and you
Yeah.
guys
So
were
we're walking
outside
there
walking along.
along
Is it
this
dark?
side, her side of the house.
Is it dark or light outside?
It's light enough for me to see.
Okay,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
you're not recognizing it as like nighttime.
No, it's not nighttime.
Okay,
No.
okay, okay.
So we're walking, 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 and then somehow I remember, no, let's go back. So we go back to the house, to the entrances that we, the entrance that we left. So we go back to the house and we go in. And when we go in, I see these different it's weird. They're different, like they're people, but they're different sizes.
Mhm,
So, and they're carrying devices, electronic devices. One's carrying the first one, depending on their size, depending on what they're carrying. So, and there are about 9 of them walking one
mhm.
behind the other, and it's like they're taking our stuff out of the house. All these
Okay.
devices are ours, and they're taking them out, and they're smiling about it. They're watching us like, yeah, we've got your stuff, you know.
What kind of electronic devices?
So going getting smaller and smaller in size. So the first one was a desktop, for a normal computer.
Mhm,
Next one is a laptop. Next one's like an iPad. Next one is so it's they're all different devices until it gets to a phone. But then the funny
mhm.
thing about it is as they get smaller, like because the people get smaller, the last people are not fully, they don't have full bodies. Like one is a head,
Oh,
it's just a head on the ground, and then the other one, I can't remember what piece they were, but they were not full people, these last two, which was little, because I remember at one time I was throwing stones at the head. I threw stones at the head, like to I was like trying to provoke them in some way to get them out of the house.
mm,
Um, but and then in so I was confronting them. I went to confront them, and they were walking alongside a wall inside the house as they're going out, but they didn't go out. That's the thing. They didn't go out. They looked like they were going out, but they didn't.
Hmm.
And then they stopped, and then they went and all stood against this wall that was inside the
Mm.
house, and they were looking at us. And I'm confronting them. And at one point in time, I go out of the house and I start throwing stones at this little head. And then in front of them all is a big man. Now, this is gonna be weird because my dreams always have race in them. I have no idea
Mhm.
why.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
So there's a big, huge man, muscular man, much bigger than me. He's huge, he's massive. And he's standing like, and I'm poking him. I said, "Don't you? I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you. Don't you think I'm scared of you?" And he's a white man. He's big and he's a white man. And all of them are white men,
Okay.
just different sizes until one is a head and da, da, da. So, and then I wake up as I'm confronting this big man.
Oh, that's a fun dream.
Yeah.
The
Interesting.
second one, then, did you have it that same night or different night?
No, a different night.
Okay. All right. So let's just go with this one.
Yeah.
We might not get to the second dream.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is it that detailed?
Not really. I mean, okay. So big picture,
Yeah. Mm.
house. You've had this multiple times.
Yeah.
A house, not necessarily your house, but you're in
Yeah.
it. You're occupying it.
Mm.
Somewhere in your heart,
Mm.
there's a structure built, right?
Okay.
And I've told a lot of people, like, race and dreams doesn't inherently mean that you're racist. It's just you've had different experiences with different types of people. We
Yeah.
all have, and God knows that, and
Mm.
He uses those experiences
Mhm.
to he just brings them to light, which I think is
Yeah.
interesting that these men are white, because you've shared with me in the past that as different white men have come into your life, you've experienced a lot of healing.
Yes. Yes.
So
Actually, that's true. Yeah.
yeah, because of that, and the fact that it's not dark outside.
Mm.
So if it were dark outside and it was just dark, dark, dark,
Yeah.
then I would come at this dream and I would think about it as, okay, there are some lies that Bridget believes about some things.
Yeah.
Like, or there's a plan of the enemy
Mm.
that God's trying to reveal to her, like, where he's trying to trick you about something.
Yeah.
He's convinced you based on your life experiences that, like, this
Yeah.
is the truth, but really God is like, hey, no, this is not right. But
Yeah.
because that's not happening, I'm not coming at this dream with
Yeah.
that mentality. I'm coming at this dream like I'm looking at Bridget's heart. God's looking at Bridget's heart. God's revealing part of Bridget's heart, and God's wanting to heal part of Bridget's heart. And I
Mhm.
think it's interesting that all the little white men in the head, throwing a stone at the head, that, like,
Yeah.
there's a scripture around that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
kind of the
look-
scriptures that come to mind are like,
Yeah.
he who has sinned cast the first stone, who is
Oh,
without sin cast the first stone.
yeah.
So there's probably judgment there.
Yeah.
May or may not be about men,
Mm.
and specifically white men. Probably is, if I were to guess.
Mm.
And then, talking about you are the head, not the tail.
Yeah.
Like Jesus being the head,
Mm.
head of, it gets misconstrued a lot, but like head of household, head of just kind of like the hierarchy, in
Mm.
the kingdom, with
Yeah.
Jesus being the head, and then he
Mm.
also says we are the head, not the tail.
Yeah. I like
Um,
that. Yeah.
but even before you said what kind of devices they were, I was like, I bet they're communication devices,
Uh-huh.
and they were.
Yeah.
Because I'm hearing you talk about your loved one on the other side of the house. A thief comes in. I mean, we all know that scripture. The thief comes but to steal, kill, and destroy.
Yeah.
Division.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
Jesus also said, I came to divide, right? I came to divide mother against daughter, father against son.
Yeah.
Like even just the sheer fact of you believing in Jesus brings division within your family of those who
Yeah.
are not. Not in an evil, mean way.
Yeah.
It just is how it is. So then I'm asking the Lord. I'm like, okay, what kind of division is this? Well, the thief, right, is obviously like, you think it's a thief,
Mm.
but did you see him steal anything?
No.
Right. So we have perception.
Yeah.
Also, these white men are grabbing your stuff. You feel like they're stealing your stuff. They're taking your
Yes.
things. They're mocking you. They're judging you. They're
Yeah.
like taunting you, but they
Yeah.
never leave,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
so that reminds me of times where like we're dealing with something. We think it's demonic. We cast
Yeah.
out the demon and
Yeah.
we're trying to like cast it away, and it's still bothering us.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now I've got unforgiveness. There's some lies, I believe. Like the house itself.
Mm.
Um, a devil goes out, leaves the house, goes out into arid places looking for a safe place. He comes back, finds the house swept clean. Literally, it says, finds the house swept clean. And
Yeah.
then he brings seven more, and the person's worse off. And
Yeah.
so, just a little bit of teaching for people who
Mm.
are listening in. This is all coming from Elijah House Ministries, by the way. I'm not
Mm.
certified by Elijah House, but this is where I learned it. And
Mm.
it's basically the biblical foundation of what we call inner healing, heart healing. Some people call it prophetic heart healing.
Mm.
It's where you get sozo, all the different tools
Yeah.
that are meant for more than just deliverance.
Yeah.
And so, well, ultimately, like deliverance and freedom.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so he comes back in, finds the house swept clean, and brings seven friends, and the person's worse off than they were before.
Mm.
And so because you have a house, what you think are demonic forces at work in the house, like the big strong man. I mean, like we even use those terms in Christianese, like, oh, the
Yeah.
strong
The
man,
strong
bind the
man.
strong man.
Exactly. Yeah.
But God is trying to tell you, like, I am letting these things bubble up to the surface and letting you become aware of them between whatever's dividing communication, causing problems in communication between you and your loved one. I'm
Yeah.
letting those bubble up to the surface
Yeah.
because I'm trying to bring healing.
Oh.
And you're throwing rocks at it, thinking that it's demonic and trying
Yeah.
to cast it
Yeah.
out, and it's not leaving. And it's like, I'm holding the communication devices,
Yeah.
and I'm going to protect these people behind me because they have what you need.
Yeah.
Um, and we're going to
Mm.
keep it safe from who we thought was a thief, right? So it's
Yeah.
all perception.
Yeah.
So I would posit that like something
Mm.
that you're blaming the enemy for is
Mm.
really a
Hard
need
issue.
for heart
Mm.
healing that's
Yeah.
causing, so the scripture for that is, let no bitter roots spring up lest
Mm.
it defile others. So when we
Yeah.
have unforgiveness, which are judgments, we
Mhm.
believe lies about ourselves, about people, about God, and we have vows, things
Yeah.
like, oh, they'll never talk to me the way I need to be talked to, or
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to get through to them, or anytime you have those superlatives like always, never, can't, won't,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Even if
Mm.
it's about other people, they
Yeah.
won't, they can't, I
Yeah.
won't, um, then then it just keeps creating. Sorry,
Okay.
something's in my throat now. Jesus,
Yeah.
help me. Uh,
You
it
okay?
just,
Did you need a drink or
no,
anything?
I'm okay. I
Okay.
just need to cough it out. Real world stuff.
Mm.
Anyways,
Mm.
so basically, there's some type of bitter root in there that is popping up, and
Mm.
probably this just came to mind, and tell me if
Yeah.
you think it's true or not. With this particular loved one, do you cycle through times where you have excellent communication and times where you have not so good communication?
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, if you have that cycling happening, you definitely have a vow in place that is like, oh, we will always be in communication. We
Mm.
will never. You keep swinging back and forth.
Okay.
That's a telltale sign. If you keep having the same arguments or you keep
Mm.
having the same experiences, like, okay,
Mm.
there's something in there.
Is a vow.
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Wow.
So
Okay. Thank you. That is thank you. That is very helpful, and it makes sense to me that yeah, there's probably something in my heart that I need to forgive or let go of, or yeah, just yeah, and that gives me good direction. And thank you, because all those things that you were talking about are things that I was concerned about, like, oh, is it going to be, oh no, is it going to be this?
Oh,
Yeah, so so
yeah.
it's really helped to clarify that, because yeah, it's easy to just assume that it's going to be, oh, it's
Hmm.
going to be to do with all this, you know,
Yeah.
uh, deliverance stuff, but actually it's to do with healing. So yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
then and once you get rid of the house, the deliverance comes, right? They have nowhere else to like hold on to.
yeah,
And so when the house is gone and everything is swept clean, that it
yeah,
deliverance just happens,
yeah,
which is a great thing because now you have no. So the for unforgiveness is like the
mm,
foundation, and
mm,
the unforgiveness creates a story in your head
yeah,
because you're offended, and then
yeah,
maybe it's not conscious, you know what I mean, but just for
yeah,
illustration's sake, the unforgiveness brings the foundation. Now you've
mm,
got the story running in your head that you create based on how you're experiencing this person
yeah,
or the world around you, and now you've
yeah,
created lies,
mm,
like, oh, well, this is how it is. Well,
yeah,
no, not really. Your experiences are not the truth about what people think about you, about
yeah,
what's happening. They're just an experience
yeah,
based on the fact that
mm,
you have something underneath that's drawing that out of people, that
yeah,
going out and defiling others and tempting them to treat you that way.
yeah,
Some people buy into it and some people don't. That's
yeah,
why when someone is married, someone's dad was an alcoholic and he was
mm,
abusive. They get
mm,
married, their first husband is an alcoholic and is abusive, maybe their second husband, but by the time they get to the third husband, that guy has no desire to be an
it,
alcoholic.
yeah,
He's not affected by whatever's happening. And I'm not saying that it's anybody's fault.
yeah,
Like I'm not saying that but when you see that kind of cycle
and
happening over and
patterns,
over and over
yeah,
again,
mm,
and when you get to the place where you can accept that there's something I can do about it,
yeah,
which with Jesus, that he's put me in this family line to
yeah,
change,
mm,
like I would posit that communication with this particular loved one isn't just a problem that you are having.
yeah,
It's likely a problem that the generations before you have had.
had, okay,
And the invitation is there for you to break it and for
yeah,
you to change it. Um,
yeah,
and so, yeah. So,
mm,
but that's just kind of one of the ways that vows kind of show up and
yeah,
how they affect people's lives. Like maybe if you keep experiencing the same thing over and over and over again,
yeah,
it's highly likely that
there's a
there's some
vow,
type of vow in place.
mm,
Um, and the Jews knew things about vows that we never learned. Like they really had a different understanding about them. It's not, I wasn't, it wasn't until about 7 or 8 years ago that I even heard
mm,
anything about a vow.
mm.
I thought just don't make a promise you can't keep.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I understood vows to be.
No, they're
Mm,
they're like rules that we make about relationships. Like
mm,
if your father wasn't able to console you as a baby because you had colic, then you might make a rule because you
mm,
didn't get what you needed that
yeah,
fathers can't comfort their kids.
mm, yeah,
And if that's a big problem when you need to experience God as a father, that means you can't
mm,
receive comfort from him because if you don't believe
yeah,
that
that father,
fathers can comfort their kids, you block it. And he's a
mm,
gentleman and he's not going to push himself onto our will. There are
yeah,
times where like your heart will cry out and he'll find a way around it,
yeah,
but ultimately like he's not going to just bulldoze through it.
impose,
He's
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, he's a gentleman for sure.
yeah,
Um
yeah,
which is
no,
why a
that's
lot of people say, "Oh, I don't really experience God like that," or "I don't
mm,
feel this." Okay, well, let's
yeah,
explore why, you know?
yeah,
So
that makes
so yeah.
sense. That's
Yeah.
really helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, we've only got 6 minutes left, so I'm not really sure about the second dream, but like I said, it's only short.
Okay.
Um,
You can try it. We'll
we
cut
can
it at
try it.
6 minutes
Okay,
and
and
yeah,
but we'll watch time.
sure.
So in this second dream, I am at the bottom of a tall building, like it's a high rise, and I am there with a friend of mine. Then the next stage, we are at the top, and at the top is someone I used to know, someone I used to know very well. And I leave my somebody I love with him. So, and then I return back down. But then when I return back down and I go down, now this is the scary part, because he then throws the person I love, um, he throws them from the top of the building down,
Mm.
and they die in the dream.
Mm.
And I go and I'm weeping and I'm watching them and I'm weeping and I'm like, oh my God, what have you done? That kind of thing. Um, yeah.
You
And
you see them hit the ground. You see
I
them.
don't see them hit the ground, but I see them on the ground,
Okay.
and I
Did
come to where they are.
okay.
Yeah.
And did you test their pulse? Do you have any other evidence that they're dead, or you just know that they're dead?
No, only because they fell from I don't know how many floors. It was very
What? It's a dream.
hard.
So you have no proof at the moment.
You remind me of what I do in therapy with people. I'm like, what's the evidence? Like, yeah.
It's okay. So you're
Yes.
weeping. You haven't confirmed, but you know.
Yeah, I just have a knowing.
Uh-huh. Mhm,
Yeah, I just know that
mhm.
this person's
Okay.
dead.
Was it dark outside or light outside or what?
Yeah, it wasn't very bright. It's not very bright.
Okay. So
Yeah.
like you would say it was nighttime?
I'd say it was nighttime, yeah.
Okay. All
Mm.
right. Hmm. Did you see him throw her off the roof?
I just know he did.
Uh-huh. Okay. Bridget, why don't you tell me a little bit about these? If you were me,
Knowings.
if you were me, what would you tell yourself about all
How
of
do
these
you
things that you just
how do you
know? And
know? Who's sad?
right.
Yeah, I assume that's my knowing, I
Yes.
guess. I've just assumed that
Yes.
that's what he's
Yeah.
done. Mm.
Yeah. And then are you in actual personal relationship actively with either of the people that showed up in the
Yeah,
dream? The
the
one of the
ones on the ground, yeah.
Okay. All
Mm.
right. So the way that I would process my exchange with her, or did you say she?
It's a she, yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't want to assume. The way that I would process that exchange, knowing that I'm currently in relationship with her. How is our relationship? What does she mean to me? What does she represent? Or is it, you don't have to answer these questions now,
Mm.
but just for people's sake, is it work related? Are we personally related? Are we related through church? Like, how
Mm.
do we interact with each other?
Mm.
Are we on good terms?
Mm.
Is it a positive relationship? Is it negative? And that's kind of how I would uh d- does she have similar beliefs that I have, or do we have
Mm.
differing beliefs?
Mm.
Like, what does she represent
Mm.
about your life at the bottom of the tower?
Mm.
And then, like, kind of my thoughts are,
Oops. Mm.
oh goodness, it just jumped
Sorry.
in your lap.
Sorry about that.
Like, the next thought is like, okay, well, reaching the top of the tower is like, I've achieved, maybe spiritually,
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
some type of like, moving through. We hear it in Christianese all the time. I don't know if you've ever said it. Oh, I've just
Yeah.
reached another level,
Neville,
another
exactly.
level.
Oh my God. Yes, exactly.
Well, yes. And then we did have a brief chat about the person at the top and kind of the resemblance of their name
Yeah.
and stuff. And I won't mention it here, but I would definitely kind of search the scriptures
Yeah.
around that topic and
Okay.
see, like, and just kind of see, like, what that person might represent, because
Okay.
you're not currently in relationship. So like their name. So
Yeah.
when I'm not in relationship with someone in a dream, their
Yeah.
name becomes more important. What does their
Yeah.
name mean? What
Yeah.
does who does their name remind me of or
Yeah.
represent in my life?
Mm.
And then I do think about like, what was our relationship like?
Yeah.
Did it end well? Why are,
Mm.
what went well, what went wrong?
Mm.
So it's dark. uh, there are some lies that you
Okay.
believe, and a
Okay.
lot. And when we have these perceptions, like knowing, also like is a kind of like people use it
Yeah.
to. Do you see pictures when God is talking to you? Do you just have a knowing? Like they communicate in different ways about a knowing, but
Mm.
in dreams, a knowing is not the truth.
Okay.
So if you don't see it happen, you are believing that it happened as a lie. Which
Yeah.
so, um,
Mm.
so we've got an accusation against said person,
Yes.
um, and
Mm.
then, but not really the person, because
Yeah.
they're not a part of
Yeah.
your life.
Yeah.
Um, because it's the very top of the tower, I would
Mm.
say that that person somehow, in some way, probably resembles God for you, or
Okay.
represents a side of God, or a
Yeah.
godly person, or a godly figure.
Yeah.
Um, so there's some like, yeah, basically, for lack of a better phrase, I don't really trust God with my loved one. I
Oh.
don't trust him not to hurt her. Uh,
Mm. Mm.
because rather than thinking like, oh, maybe she fell, maybe so,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
you immediately jump to, he threw her,
Somebody pushed her. Yeah. Yeah.
he had to have thrown her.
Yeah.
um Also, just big disclaimer, like,
Mm.
when I have dreams like that, in the beginning, I went ahead and prayed into and against anything like that in my loved one's life. So I would pray against suicide or things like that, like just
Mm.
go ahead and start interceding for them. It probably doesn't mean that at
Mm.
all, honestly.
Yeah.
um but because it would scare me
Yeah.
in the beginning, and
Yeah.
it would startle me, it was
Yeah.
helpful for me to just go ahead and be praying.
Yeah.
um and then as you can settle down and get a breath and like, okay, God, what are we really talking
Talk
about?
about, yeah.
um
Mm.
because most of the time it's not actually about that person, it's what she
Yeah.
represents, which
Okay.
is probably spiritual gift,
Yeah.
some type of gift. Friendship is a
Mm.
gift, loved ones are a
Mm.
gift.
Mm.
So some type of spiritual gift that you
Mm.
feel like God is just tossing over the edge. Like,
Yeah.
you took it up there, you put it in his hands, and now
Mm.
he's like, boop, nope, death.
Yeah. And it
So
feels like it's dead.
yeah, yeah.
Been
So
destroyed.
yeah, so that's the
Yeah.
question, I think, for you and
Yeah.
God, of like, what spiritual gifting is he trying to reactivate in you that
Okay.
you said is dead, and you're not,
Okay.
nope, never again,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And then
Yeah. That's interesting.
what lies do you believe about God that keep you from being able to use that gift?
Mm.
you know so like,
Mm.
if I believe that tongues makes me sound weird, I'm not going to use that gift in front of people.
Yeah.
But what if God needs me to? Because
Yeah.
when tongues was used in front of people, they heard
Mm.
the gospel and they were saved, just
Yeah.
as an example. so
Mm.
so yeah.
Wow. That is interesting. It's really on point. I think there is something, just even when you're talking, it came to my mind, like, oh,
Mm,
I'll talk to you in more depth about it
yeah,
later. But yeah,
yeah.
there is definitely something there. That is true. That's exactly it. Well, and it's a gift that I've just started reusing, and I'm like, oh, I haven't done that for
Yeah,
years.
yeah, you thought it was
Yeah.
dead.
Yes, I did. I thought it was dead. So,
Yeah.
wow, Tiffany, thank you so much. I'm just aware of time.
Yep.
So on point, so exactly on point. That is just, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I said to you last time, every time I leave with you, with dreams and I always have questions. And God knows I love questions
Yeah.
because that's how I get answers and things. So I am so grateful. Thank you so much. I really
Yeah.
appreciate this.
Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
those. Those were very vulnerable dreams. So I can and when they startle us like that, I understand. Like it's never fun to dream that. But
No.
I think
Mm,
the results of it after you process it with God are going to be pretty
mm.
cool. You'll be
Yeah.
operating in a new spiritual gift that you thought was dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Thank you so much.
think.
Yeah. Oh, thank you again. Thank you so much. So, thank you everyone for joining us
Yes.
today. And this is as much as we have for you. And I hope that this is a blessing to you. And as we said before, this is really about your relationship with God and
Mhm.
the ideas that this helps you in your relationship with God. So, thank you so much. And hopefully, we'll see you next time. Bye bye for
Yeah.
now.
Bye.
Bye.